And welcome back, Shawnee baseball fans. We are back for our second game of tonight's doubleheader as part of the North Rock Creek Festival. Shawnee Wolves are the visiting team tonight against the home field North Rock Creek Cougars. Again, we appreciate them hosting us tonight. Beautiful night here in Shawnee to play some baseball. Up to bat first for your Wolves is Daxton Clark. Let me go ahead and set the field. Also want to welcome in Gunner Wright. Freshly back from Broken Bow. Yeah. Nice long trip. Let me set the field here really quickly. Foul off by Daxton. 1-2 count to him. Pitching tonight is Colin Brown. The infield, his battery mate is Braden Elson, number 4. Playing on the corners, Landon Rosser. At third base, playing first base is Jesse Todd. At shortstop, number 18, Hunter Bertram. And playing over at second base, number 6, Haston Conley. Count now remains 2-2 in the outfield. Playing center field, Drake Clemens. Playing in the right field spot is Owen Payne, and over in left field is Alexander Monet. And a nice long drive straight out to the left fielder. Nice play by the left fielder, Alexander Monet, for the Cougars. And that's the first out. Up to bat next for the Wolves, Reed Bolin, playing third base tonight.
Number 3, Reed Bolin.
How are you?
I'm good. I've had a lot of driving today, about 6.5 hours worth.
Was it work or spring break? I guess we're not on spring break yet, though.
Well, it's a little bit of both. Broken Bow is really busy right now. And so if you're planning on moving around much when you're down in Broken Bow, it's not going to happen because lots of traffic.
Back in my field, I told you I was a field ecologist, so back in my field days, I worked basically the eastern half of the state. I spent a lot of time down there working the rivers and lakes and streams down in Broken Bow, around Broken Bow and Idabel in that area.
Yeah,
that is
pretty.
A beautiful area. But it takes forever to get anywhere, especially if you go back through the mountains.
Yeah, it's a lot of stop and go around there once you're on the way down there too. It's
when you get behind those logging trucks.
Yeah.
And it can take forever.
Yeah. I didn't even know we had a big logging industry in Oklahoma, but we go to Broken Bow, we do.
We do. All down through there is a big timber industry. Matter of fact, they have processing plants down there into the Broken Bow area as well. They're on the north side. So
Reed's fighting to stay alive on that one.
Yes,
I think he was actually beat on that pitch and went down for it a little bit, stayed in. Well, he gets right on top of that plate with 2 strikes.
Again, pitching for the Cougars is Colin Brown. Still a 1-2 count on Reed. We had a rough first game, 14-0. We did have some positive things. That should be a nice rope by the third baseman. 5-3, Reed Bolin set down on the good fielding.
He did a good job getting around that ball there.
Yes, he did. Creed Muirhead up to bat.
Catcher number 4, Creed Muirhead.
It's real easy to just take that on the backhand, but that backhand's a harder play.
Right.
He wasn't lazy about it, just got around it and made the play look easy.
Set up. Yeah, you're right. A lot of guys will try to play that down the line by backhanding it instead of hustling over and getting yourself set up.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I would do it. I like the backhand just because it gave me a chance to show off my arm.
Right. And, like we've talked about, the hot corner, every ball comes at you sharply, doesn't it?
Yeah.
None of them are coming. It's just little loopers.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
Either they're too short or they're coming right at you.
Man, those dividers in that window are terrible. It's in a
2-1 count. You want me to go ahead and put that down for you?
I'd rather it be up than down. I don't want to get hot up here.
Let me go and put our window up. I wanted to hear the crack of the bat tonight.
Me too. That's a part of the game.
We don't get that at Shawnee. And these windows that open up, I'm going to take advantage of it when I've got it. I love Shawnee's press box, but I do wish those windows open sometimes.
Yeah, I like what you said there about the sound of it. I like being able to tell the difference if that ball's smoked or if it's just routine. Oh, that's smoked.
That was smoked. that was hardly hit well off the end of the bat. Muirhead takes it straight up the middle, up to bat. Number 20, Ty Jonda, he's getting cleanup tonight for the Wolves. We did lose a player during the first game. Javis Norton got hurt on a base running play. He's going to sit out this ball game. Corbin Wood is on deck. But Ty Jonda, the freshman, up to bat. A single for Creed Muirhead. We only had one hit in the first game.
Oh.
It was a rough one.
I was going to say, tell me about it, but if we don't need to bring it up, we won't bring it up.
Well, let me tell you about the things that were positive. Emerson Byers came in and pitched really good 2 innings to close out the ball game.
Okay.
Gave up 1 run out of those 14. He was left with the bases loaded when he came in. He was able to pitch out of some jams. He struck out 2, and I think that was a good thing, a very good thing. First pitch to Jonda, takes it for a ball, 1-0. Another positive was, our fielding has lacked sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of errors in that first game that we did together.
Yeah, I don't know that I would need to go back and look at my book.
Is that going to stay in?
Yep, stayed in.
Man, he was way foul. We couldn't even see him here.
The Wolves leave 1 runner on base off a single by Creed Muirhead. Good fielding by the Cougars. Third baseman with 2 outs. As we go to the middle of 1, score remains 0-0. And we'll be back after this quick commercial. Together we build community, 1 season at a time.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved ones start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Hardesty Market in Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Deli. For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
But yeah, he had about 3 RBIs, I think.
Yeah, my dad said that he played really well. I was really excited to get to call his game and then didn't make it back in time. I was bummed.
Well, we're back in, folks, for the bottom of the first inning. Wolves are the visiting team tonight. I have I made out my book is backwards, so tonight I'm going to be hopefully not announcing backwards.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to scoot over here so I can see. I can't see the right side of the field, so I was sitting a little bit behind you and to the right here.
Daniel stood up behind me the entire time, which made me a little nervous. So
I've been working. I'm trying to.
No, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Leading off the bottom of the first for the Cougars, number 13, center fielder
Drake Clemens up to bat first for the North Rock Creek Cougars. Tonight on the mound for the Wolves is Dax Clark. Again, his battery mate, as always, is Creed Muirhead. He set the infield for you really quickly. Reed Bolin over at third base. Ty Jonda at the other corner in his first base spot, which he's kind of taken over as we've gone through this season. Red Hokett, who played a great first game over at second base, is at second base again tonight. Noah Cluck over at shortstop. 2 quick balls thrown by Daxton. In the outfield, over in center field, Keno Citizen playing his second game of the year. Good to see him back, as we said in the first game. Good to have him in the lineup. 3 quick balls, 3-0. And over in left field tonight, starting is Emerson Byers, who pitched that good 2 innings in the first ball game, our player of the game in the first ball game, and Corbin Wood playing over in right field. So Daxton threw a lot of pitches on Monday night. So he's the hope is that he is ready to go. That might be playable.
Man, that was a lot of ground to cover there by center field.
Yeah,
off the bat, I thought that was down for sure.
That's Keno Citizen. We've got some speed out there now. The young man can fly. Good to see Keno back. I'm not so sure we'd have made that with our other center fielders. Keno's got some speed. Good play by Keno to put the runner out. Nice range by him on that ball.
Ooh, that's a good pitch. That's a good miss right there. I'm not hating on the umpire, but no question there.
A little bit out on that one. Dax has a tendency to start behind the count anyway and come back in. He did that last year as a reliever as well. Right down Main Street, 2-1 on the count. Nobody on, 1 out in the inning. A great play by Keno Citizen. We've evened to 2. Great pitch on that.
2-2, come in with that the old slippery Dan here. There, got away on him.
Didn't quite break, did it?
No.
We've got a full count. See if we can keep this batter off the bases. High fly ball.
That should stay in, but
pop-up should be in, I think, ranging up. Nolan ranging under it, lost it in the something up there, the clouds. We'll go ahead and call that an E5 on that one. Got his mid on it.
I'll tell you something about an infield pop-up. At the corners, I couldn't read it to save my life.
Where they were coming to?
It was so much harder. At shortstop, I didn't have a problem with it. But from the corners.
But you got on the edges?
Yeah, I don't know what it was about it, but it made it harder.
Braden Nelson up to bat, catcher. Has a runner at first base. You could tell Rhett was struggling with that one too. He kept stepping this way and that, trying to get to it.
Ooh. Right back up the middle.
Right back up the middle. Little hot line drive right over the second base. Puts runners at first and second. Elson reaches with a single. Brings up to bat the DH, cleanup batter 35, Jace Plum.
Who do we have playing shortstop while Dax is on?
Shortstop, that's Noah Cluck.
Noah Clark?
Typically plays over at third base. Cluck is playing at shortstop. He was the starting pitcher in the first ball game.
This is a big old boy right here.
Yes, it is.
He looks awful comfortable in the box.
He's your prototypical cleanup hitter, I think.
That's my big poppy, all right?
Big poppy, that's right. He's a sophomore, is Jace Plum.
Show out, youngster.
Has he had any dingers on the year? Did he? Jace Plum just over from basketball. North Rock Creek went deep into the playoffs this year, state tournament appearance.
I remember when I came over from basketball, the day I turned in my basketball uniform, I came over for opening day and I pitched against Ada. And I had thrown a bullpen. I hadn't swung a bat. I walked in and I said, all right, you're pitching. Go get him. Give me a little pat on the butt.
How'd you do?
Not to toot my own horn, but I had like 10 strikeouts.
Was this your senior year?
No, this is my sophomore year.
Sophomore year. 1 and 2.
Senior year, I broke my arm. My first game was back against Tecumseh. I went up for a tip dunk in basketball. And
that's right. You told me that.
Came underneath me, and I broke my arm.
Had to bat left-handed, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
What I thought.
Oh, no.
Hoke it. For all the bragging I did on him, let that one release. That's one of those balls that you just think about too much. It didn't quite clear the bases. Did score score 1 run. Landon Rosser scores from second base and make the score 1-0.
Had too much
Nelson
time
around
to think
third.
about it.
Well, that an E4. Unfortunately, 2 errors after I bragged on him. 2 errors in the bottom of the first. Coach comes out to give him a little chat, reminding him of all that infield practice they've taken over the past 2 weeks.
That's exactly what he's saying. He said, Dex, you keep getting outs. Defense, back it up.
Back it up. That's right. Yeah, right now that run is unearned. Rosters is. We've got runners at the corners. Take back our spots. Hunter Bertram up to the plate, the 5-hole hitter. Yeah, that was just one of those plays. He had it.
Number 18,
You know, it's
Hunter Bertram.
it's
It's like a free throw. You take
Yeah.
too much time to think about it.
It's-
A free throw's a free throw until the game's on the line. It's like, well, dang.
yeah, either hit the back iron or it's an air ball, right? Yeah.
I'll shoot for the glass. I'm going to hit something.
I will say that Mr. Hokett had a really good first game. And I think he's going to recover, and I think that is going to be.
Oh, it should have been an out, too.
It should have
That
been
dude was
an out.
hosed.
Yeah.
That's
Didn't get the base covered in time.
No, Coach Schaefer just told them that on the mound. He just told them what they were going to do if they still be there.
Runner scores on the throwdown, and second base on the overthrow, well, on the misplay on the ball, goes down to third base. So the score now 2-0. Brandon Elson scores. Hunter Bertram still up to bat. No 1 count to him. Jace Plum all the way over to third base now. 1 out in the inning.
You know, I'll give that to Creed. He just threw a dot down to second.
Yeah.
The runner was out. That's the first time I've really got to see him in person come up throwing to second. And, boy,
You know, he's been doing that since he was a freshman.
he's quick and he's got an arm on him.
When he was a freshman, he had that ability to
Down
just
the
throw
line,
it.
that'll be for 2 if that stays fair.
Stayed
and it
there
did.
right into the corner.
Is he going 3?
Byers tracks it down.
He wanted to.
Stand-up RBI double. Jace Plum scores from third base. Bertram with the stand-up RBI double makes the score 3-0. Nicely hit ball right to the corner, as you said. Just kind of trapped it down there, too, and kind of bounced around. Byers played it well, though, and got it back in, limited to 2 bases.
Jesse Todd.
Like you said, he was halfway around. He was halfway down the second, third base line.
He did. He wanted 3 out of that. Coach was holding him up.
Yep.
You do what your coach says.
That's right.
End of story.
Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Let's keep it that instead of 2 outs and the guy up to bat, right? Jesse Todd up to bat, the first baseman. Smart call. Keaton Hernandez is the coach for the North Rock Creek Cougars. We're at third base.
So have you ever noticed how baseball players always cover our mouth when we talk to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
You know the story on why they say that is? Remember, and
Well,
like,
you got to just, it's almost like fiddling with your hands. You got to fiddle with your mitt.
well,
Is that what it is?
no, it's like in Kirk Gibson, what was it, like 88 or 89?
Mm-hmm.
The myth was that he looked out when they went to the mound and saw Dennis Eckersley say to the catcher, throwing a 2-2 slider. And 2-2 slider comes, and Gibson was on a one leg using a bat for a cane to get there, and
Right.
he hits it out.
Hits it out, yeah.
And after that, everybody started covering their mouth. Well, they asked Kirk Gibson about that. He said, no, that never happened. I don't know why people say that. That was just on the scouting report. He throws a 2-2 slider. But that's the myth on it. And so now that's why everybody comes out there and we cover our faces with our mitt, was don't let them know what we're saying,
Know what
because
we're
Kirk
saying.
Gibson read lips.
3-0 count. Well, that's one of the more iconic plays in baseball.
Yeah.
You know, it's I still remember that one. Sitting there watching that on my TV. 3-0 count, now 3-1 count. It's first strike back to this batter. Jesse Todd is up to bat. He's the first baseman. On deck is Haston Conley. Cougars have scored 3 runs. They still only have 1 out in the inning and have a man on second. First out of the inning was the first player. Pop up to center field. Nice range by Keno on that play. And since then, full count now to Jesse Todd.
I don't know if you noticed, Monty, but that ball just burned the fence there. That went over. It was just foul. He got good wood on that.
He got good, just this side of the yellow pole?
Yeah.
I have a hard time. I've got this.
You had that pole
I
right
have
there
that
in your
pole
way.
right there on me.
Yeah, that ball went out, though.
And unfortunately, we got runners at the corners on the walk, but the ball got away from Creed. We'll call that a. I didn't get to see that. Was that a wild pitch?
Yeah.
A wild pitch?
Way up and left.
Yeah, and the.
I was just going to let that one go.
Runner moves down to third. We've got runners on the corners. Well, you know us. You know us, play-by-play guys. We gotta play-by-play everything. Base on balls, which puts runners at the corners. Haston Conley up to bat. Second baseman for the Cougars on deck is Alexander Monet, the great-great-grandson of the painter.
Oh, yeah.
Now, nice play by by Hokett to catch that ball. But on the double steal, you almost saw it coming. The double steal, they score another run. That's one of those plays that you talk about between innings. You just have to let that one go.
Mm-hmm. It happens. It's baseball.
It's baseball. Little dribbler back to the mound. Good play by the pitcher. Didn't get the yips on that one. No yips to be had.
We don't even want to talk about it. Wouldn't put that curse on anybody. I couldn't shoot a free throw. That was another one. I was serious about the yips. I was a head case. My 3-point percentage is better than my free throw.
Todd moves down to third base, but we have 2 outs in the inning.
Get it out, move it around. How hard do you think?
I believe this is Monet up to bat now. Haston Conley was the last guy up to bat. I announced this young man too soon. Haston Conley on the out. What was that again?
How hard do you think Dex throws?
I know last year when I watched him, he could deliver the heat. He'd come in as a reliever, and he would just come in throwing strikes. Yeah. I don't know how fast he throws, but
it's hard to tell from up here.
Mm-hmm.
I got headset on, and you can't hardly hear the pop. There's a good one right on the outside
2-1 count. I know he's always had a tendency to throw behind in the count, but whether it be a 1-0 or a 2-0. But he struck out quite a few batters last year, coming in relief.
Ooh, he gets another one.
Yeah.
Painting. He's painting on Monet here.
Yes, he is.
I think he knows the family resemblance.
Deuce is on the board. See if we can get out of this inning. Runner at third base. We want to keep him there.
Little jam job to the shortstop.
All right, Noah Cluck throws him out on a wire. So we've got on the 6-3, the third out of the inning. But the Cougars plate 4. I believe 3 base hits. I'll come back and clear that up later. As we go to the end of 1, score now 4-0 North Rock Creek Cougars. We'll be back on the other side. Thank you for joining Shawnee SCTV. Together we build community, one season at a time.
Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
A&S, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing built to last. A&S, Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Corbin
Fred's Tire and Battery brings us back to Shawnee baseball. We're back in the top of the second inning. The Wolves up to bat as the visiting team. Colin Brown back on the mound for the North Rock Creek Cougars. Score 4-0. What sharply hit.
Smoke back to the pitcher, and he makes the play on
Nice.
it after getting hit.
Nice play by
Well
the pitcher
done.
to keep it in front of him. Out on the 1-3, Brown to the third baseman, and that third baseman is first baseman is Jesse Todd. Was with 1 out. Up to bat now is Red Hokett. That was a nice play, Gunner.
Yeah, don't underestimate the value of this little mound visit after this. I got hit by a ball at UNO that off the bat was 102 miles an hour. Hits me in the shoulder. My catcher comes out and goes, "Hey, you good?" Heck no, I'm not good. That thing just killed me. What are you talking about? I needed that little minute to regather myself.
to gather, come back to earth.
Yeah.
That ball was a little bit high. Count 1-0 to Hokett. Want to see Rhett get the bat off his shoulder. Nice swing on that. He's still learning to deal with these high school pitches.
It is an adjustment. I remember my
Low.
freshman year getting put in I pinch hit one time my freshman year with a game on the line. Like, I was there to pitch that day, and they brought me in a pinch hit. Ooh.
Got the inside
That
corner.
was a beautiful pitch right there. I love throwing to the inside half.
2-2 is the count. Wolves need base runners. That's one thing we did not have. I think we only had 3 base runners in the entire first game, and after we got them, that pitcher for Sharp for Bethel would just bear down and knock us out the next batter.
Yeah.
He pitched a really good ball game. Full count. Base runners were at a premium in that first ball game. Had one in the first inning. See if we can't get some guys to the plate in this second inning.
And
Hokett
a
works
nice
the walk. Nice patience at the plate by him to earn the walk. If you can't hit it, get that walk. Up to bat, number 6, Noah Cluck, playing shortstop this evening.
Number 6.
On deck is number 2, Emerson Byers, over in left field. The runner first. See if Noah Cluck can swing this bat and get a hit for us.
Walks, only undefendable pitch in baseball. Nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm. Can't ask for a better night for baseball, can you?
No, it is beautiful.
It's just gorgeous out here.
Oh, he squared late. I don't know if he was. You know what's crazy, Monty? I still remember Coach Schaefer's signs. He said something about the baseball test the other day, and I was like, you know what? I bet I could pass that thing right now. And I've been thinking about it since the last time we called one of his games, and I still remember his signs.
Yeah. Yep. He still gives that test, you know.
I know. He said something about it when I was being inducted to the Hall of Fame the other day. He said something about, we still take the baseball test. We still do the running program. We still do the running. And he's like, that's what's up.
1-1 count. Let's see if Cluck can get a hit. He tried to work the bunt in the first game, and it got away from him.
He's quick. He's quick on that pick move to first.
Yes, he is. Good young pitcher.
I think my junior year might have been my best year that I actually pitched on the mound. I didn't have the best record of my career that year, but I really felt like I was throwing. Ooh, nice little breaking ball. A little slide piece.
Just out of the over the outside of the plate.
That's that pitcher's pitch. What are you going to do? Even if you swing at that, you're not going to make anything happen with it.
1-2.
And you got to grind.
1 out.
No, oop, gets away from him. Get 2. It takes too long to get up, and I don't think he knew that it got away from him.
Yeah, that's one of those freshman mistakes. You got to listen to your coach. He's telling you to get going. Get off your belly and go. He'll learn from that. But again, we have base runners are a premium for us. We've got to get them in the right spots.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
That's a
Hopefully it
gift.
doesn't come back and bite us here with the double play still in effect. Drop third ball strike, but runner up first, but he throws behind him. Whew.
Yeah, that's one of those base running things. We made several base running mistakes in the first game, and Hokett there needs to realize that he's not a – he needs to stay. But that's a drop ball, but where it's at, and Noah Cluck just needs to go take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a one mistaken identity on where you're at can lead to another mistake by somebody else.
He squares, and he went on it.
Byers goes around on the play. 0-1 count. So a strikeout to Cluck. Second out of the inning.
That's not typically the pitch that you want to be trying to bunt something up in the zone like that. As a pitcher, as soon as I saw somebody square to bunt, I'm coming up and in with it, just hoping you can pop it up.
Right.
To be trying to bunt at a pitch high, it's really hard.
And he offered it that first. I didn't see it, did I? He offered at it.
He did. I think it was a good thing he probably missed it, though, because that's a really hard pitch to bunt.
It would have been an out. Yeah.
Likely. But it's hard. It's hard to not offer at it. When you see that thing eye high, you think that's an easy pitch to get to, but it's not. That's not where you're trained to do it. A lot of that was muscle memory, like we were talking about the other day.
Right.
Man, he's got a good pick to first.
Yes, he does. He's wearing Byers. He's wearing Hokett out over there.
Yeah. You're going to steal or not, you're going to be breathing heavy after this inning.
They're going to have to get out the heavy-duty detergent for Hokett's uniform tonight. White pants.
Ooh.
Caught him looking.
Uncle Chuck came
Yeah.
in for the visit.
Yeah, a little backward K there. We've got two in a row. Again, we send four to the plate, but leave a runner on as we go to the middle of two. Score remains 4-0. We'll take it to break. Thank you for joining ShawneeCTV. Together we build community one season at a time.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved one start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized,
Hardesty Market in Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Deli.
I would highly recommend McElroy and Owens for a couple of reasons. One, funerals are expensive, and I can tell you from two different types of services, they were exceptionally reasonable in their costs, and that's important. You don't want to think about it at the time and you're hurting, but you also don't want to put your family in a financial burden. So financially, they were a great option for us. And secondly, they are people that I trust. They showed us that they cared about us and they were here to help us all the way through.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
Welcome back to Shawnee Baseball, brought back in by Eric's Pharmacy. Back to the bottom of the second inning. Owen Payne up to bat for the Cougars. First pitch strike by Daxton Clark back on the mound to start the second inning. We have a 4-0 score. Shawnee leaves one more base runner again in the top of the second inning. Count now 1-1.
He jumped out ahead early, this batter. We'll see if he can keep it up, though. That's a pop up to the left. That should be an out.
Got him to pop it up. Citizen set. Oh, actually, it was Emerson Byers settling underneath it. Good play by Emerson Byers for the first out of the inning. And with one out, we go back to the top of the order. That was the 9-hole hitter, Drake Clemens, up to bat. Clemens was the first out of the first inning.
Drake Clemens.
Popped the ball up.
typically my first time through the order, I'm not using every pitch I have. I'm throwing fastball changeup, fastball slider. Maybe Dax is held out on it, and the second time through, they didn't really get to see a whole lot. It was a lot of fastballs because he was constantly behind in the count.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, he goes with a 1-0 curveball.
Hung up a little high, didn't it?
He is fit. He's mixing it up now. You're not just going to get straight fastballs. That might help his confidence in it.
Right.
There it is.
That was a nice pitch. Right at him. 2-1. I've watched him pitch and he's never lacked in confidence. Dax has never had. Tattooed that one. Again, off the
Right
off the end of the plate again. Off the end of the bat again. The right of right center. Perfectly placed ball, brings it back in to Byers. Back over to the mound. We got a 1 out, 1 runner on the single.
Third baseman,
Landon
number
Rosser up to
12,
bat.
Landon Rosser.
Rosser was the first player to reach in that last inning. He reached on the first error that we made and was the first run to score.
You think they're going to try old Creed right here?
They might.
This is a leadoff hitter on first.
I have a feeling.
We got a lefty in the bat.
And I have a feeling that both of our middle infielders got a talking to about covering second base.
It might be double covered on this one.
They might knock heads. There he goes.
And that's not a terrible throw. It's there.
Yeah, that was.
It's a tough scoop as a shortstop, but
yeah, you got to be looking for it though. You need to be tracking that ball as it comes in, and unfortunately, play's not made. I think he would have had him. Play's not made, and he moves around to third with 1 out.
moving infield in. Anything hard hit on the ground, you can expect to be going to first. Look him off back to third, send it back across, try and stop some runs.
Yep, 2-0 count. Yeah, and even if we can't look him off, I think with this team you want to just get that second out too, you know what I mean?
Nice pitch on the inner half there.
Yep, good pitch. 2-1.
Coming inside to a lefty as a right-handed pitcher, it's kind of difficult because your ball's tailing away, and
Right.
for whatever reason, every lefty in the world loves inner half. You leave that thing over the plate, I think it's going to be wrapped up in a flag here in a minute.
Right.
Nice pitch.
That one had some action on it, didn't it?
Yeah, a little changeup looked like there.
Yeah.
Got him way out on his front foot.
Yeah, just kind of dropped out of there, didn't it? Yeah.
Pulled a string on it.
Uh-huh.
Little puppeteer on the bump.
You could almost see it when it happened.
He tried for it again.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He had him though. That's the unfortunate part about that. He got him on the front foot with the back-to-back changeups, and he found a barrel though. That wasn't a little squib back to him. That was a hot one. But as a pitcher, you just think field it. If he lets that go though, that was a routine ball for second baseman. It's just you don't have that time to think about it.
Right. Brandon Elson up to bat. That's we'll score that a hit too. I think that was hit so hard off his mitt. And the unfortunate thing for Hokett is Hokett was ranging to get it, like you said. If he would have not been ranging to get it, he would have made that play himself. But that's usually what happens when you get those ricochets. Is that's why they're usually scored as hits, because the second baseman is out of position at that point.
Oh, behind him.
Elson up to bat. Elson's the catcher for the Cougars. We have a runner at first with 1 out. Another one comes across the plate, 5-0 now for the Cougars. A good effort, though, by Clark to try to get to that.
A little blooper to right. That's in, wasn't it? No?
Nope, it was out. I was hoping it was out because our right fielder was slowing up. He had a better side of it than we did. Long strike. Count now even at 1 to Elson.
I had a ball one time. I was playing third at El Reno. This kid turned on one. It was hit so hard I didn't have time to get my glove there. Hit off my inner knee, went to Tucker Brown at shortstop, and he still had time to throw
You still
him
had
out.
time to throw it out. Your knee had provided enough ricochet.
With hockey, I get an assist on that thing.
Well, you did to Tucker Brown. He's bound to have a good arm.
He did. He had a
cannon.
chooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed playing with Tucker.
Yeah, he's a good football player too.
He was.
He had a cannon for an arm on the field too, on the football field.
Ooh, and he could run. He was he was shaky.
Yeah, he was a good all-around player. Now, is he Billy's son that coaches up in Colorado now?
I'm not sure where Tucker is. Honestly, now I know I played against him in college, and then he played at, I believe, UCO.
Okay, so it's his other son, I believe, that played football.
Brayley.
Yeah, Brayley is. Braylon.
Yeah,
he's
Brayley played at Louisiana Tech.
Right.
I believe.
Or Lafayette, one of the two.
Yeah, Lafayette, ULL maybe.
And he's coaching somewhere up in Colorado now. 3-1 count to Elson.
Oh, Billy Brown. That was a good man, too. He was a good coach.
Yeah, good guy. Good guy. A little bit low. Dax with the walk. Puts runners at first and second. We bring back up that big, tall basketball playing DH they've got, who looks the part. Jace Plum.
That big lefty.
That big lefty.
Now batting designated hitter number 35, Jace Plum.
You got one job at a DH and a 4-hole and hit it over the moon.
That's right. Jace Plum up to bat. Again, we still just have the one out. We've got to force it every play, though. If we can get a nice hit ball somewhere in the center infield,
painting up there,
we can work a double play here. Dax with a good pitch on that first one. 0-1 count.
He's been feeling his changeup a couple times right there on a lefty. You got your fastball out, come with a changeup right here.
Right.
It's a double play, automatic if that changeup's working. Oh, and the lefty said no thanks on it, but it was there.
Fantastic pitch.
That was. What are you going to do about it?
Good low location.
That's a perfect take.
Right.
Right. As of right now, Dax is ahead on an 0-2 count with 2 perfect pitches. Like, what are you going to do as a hitter?
Right.
But now you're in a position. This is where Dax needs to be more often. I mean, he gets behind in the counts, but he has so many options right now, and he's out at third.
Got the out at third. That's the second out. The other runner moves down to second on the double steal. But we got the lead runner, and that's what we wanted to get. Stolen base for Elson, but a pickoff 2-5.
There's a beautiful thing between a pitcher and a catcher when I know I can still throw an 0-2 pitch in the dirt on a kill count, and my catcher's going to body it up, keep it in front of him, and get a bonus out.
You can throw a guy out at third base.
I love it.
Yep. Beautiful work together by Creed and Bolin down at third base. You count even up at 2 now. It's all 2s out there. Runner at second, 2 outs, 2 and 2 on the board. And
Got
we'll
him.
strike him out. 2 outs on that at bat, get us out of the inning. Only 1 run scored. The Cougars leave 1 runner on base. As we go to the end of 2, score is now 5-0. Thank you for joining ShawneeCTV. Together we build community one season at a time.
Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
ANS, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing built to last. ANS, Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Our preferred advisor, Jim Pierce, brings us back to play here in the 3rd inning. The top of the 3rd, the Wolves trailing 5-0. Nice inning last inning to get out of that. 2 outs on the last batter. A throw out down on a pickoff at third base and a strikeout on Jace Plum. We go back to the Wolves. We're near the bottom of the order. Keno Citizen back to playing for the Wolves, up to bat. Good speed on the base paths and good speed in the outfield. Swings at a high ball. First strike of the at-bat. It's a high fly ball to the left fielder. Ball's dropped by the left fielder. North Rock Creek with their first error of the ball game. Lost that one a little bit in the lights, I think. Keno takes second base. And we have a leadoff base runner, folks. That's a good sign.
Pitcher, number 1.
We go back to the top of the order, too. Dax Clark up to bat. Dax popped it up to center field, his first time up. This is where we need to produce runs. As we've talked about several times during both broadcasts tonight, runs are often at a premium for the Wolves, especially against good starting pitching right now. I think that'll improve as the year goes along. But right now is a spot with the leadoff runner at second base, not even at first, where we need to produce a run here. Count evens at 1-1 to Clark. Reed Bolin sits over in the on-deck circle. Creed Muirhead in the hole for the Wolves. Clark goes around to butt and takes a strike. 1-2 count on him. If anything, it would be good to put the ball in play here at a point where Keno Citizen can take third with his speed. Nearly anything you hit in the infield is going to send him to third base. Count evens at 2 to Dax Clark. We got our leadoff runner on, Gunner.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, it was an error. It was a high fly ball. The left fielder lost in the lights and bounced off his glove, but Keno with his speed just continued around. He probably, if he'd have been flying and not kind of loafing to get to first base, or well, he wasn't really loafing, but taking a fly ball, I think he may have made it to third.
Whoa.
Yeah, but if he would have just ran the bases out, he may have made it third with his speed. Strikeout. That's unfortunate. With that leadoff runner, Reed Bolin up to bat. First out of the inning on the strikeout.
First pitch curveball over for a strike. He really short arms his curveball. I think on the second time through the lineup, hitters will start seeing that.
Yeah, I was saying with Keno, one of the nice things about whenever Clark was up to bat, just any play I think anything hitting the infield would have moved Keno down to third base.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to look Keno back.
He's got a lot of speed.
He's got a ton of speed.
How old is he?
Keno, I believe, is either a sophomore or a junior. I think he might be a junior this year. But it seems to me like he was starting football as both a freshman and starting football and baseball as a freshman. So he may be a sophomore too. I'll look that up here in a second. High out for Bolin. 2 outs. Brings Creed Muirhead to the plate. Muirhead's been the one swinging the bat tonight. He got on both first innings of each game. He had a double in the first game, a single in this game in the first inning. See if we can get Creed to get us on. Get a nice RBI
Forget
single.
getting us on, getting us over. Let's see some deep, Creed. Let me see some power.
Over that batter's eye.
Yeah. Good take up.
Yep, little inside and up. Yeah, Keno's got great speed. He's running back, receiver for the football team. He's always had really good speed.
Curveball gets him to roll over to first.
Yep, just kind of tied him up there, didn't it? And the Wolves, like the first and the second inning, we leave a runner on, and failed to move him around. And leadoff runner, that hurt. As we go to the middle of 3, score remains 5-0 Cougars. And we'll be back after this break. Together we build community one season at a time.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved one start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Hardesty Market in Delaware, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
And we're back to play. A little bit early in this third inning. I was just commenting, Gunner, to our friends up here from North Rock Creek in the booth, just the view you have up here.
Yeah.
I'm a Western Oklahoma boy. Grew up out in the country, and this is a beautiful sight to me to be able to see those trees kind of back there and that little bit of grassland out there. And
it's well thought out.
Yeah, the beautiful Oklahoma sky behind you.
Yeah, and the sunset right over here, like left of anything. There's nothing more annoying to me than to point a sports facility in the direction of a setting sun. And it's like, good and well, every night, nobody's going to be able to see anything.
Right, especially a baseball facility.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of like building an east-west football field.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And we come back to play in the third. Daxton Clark back on the mound. Up to bat first.
Should be a 5-hole.
Hunter Bertram, the 5-hole, number 18. I may have to get my phone out here in a second. I got a little bit of a shadow here. I think
There's a light switch to your left right here, Monty.
Is there? We'll hold off and see if I can get by without it. I think if I move out of these shadows, I'll be okay. Quick 3-0 count. Don't want to lose this guy. You guys okay with those lights on?
And the Lord said, let there be light.
Let there be light. We've got the lights on now. I don't have to
pop up
to squint to see anything. Hokett makes a good play. I've been impressed with his infielding today. He's progressing. First out of the inning, lost him 3-0 too when he came back on him and got him to pop it up.
That's a good feeling when you got somebody that you're not feeling real great about at 3-0 and then you get them on a pop-up.
Right.
I'm back on track.
Back on track.
Ooh, did he get him another one? A little jam job over to the left.
I think it's going to be over the fence.
Yep.
Over the fence. If I was about 8 right now, that'd be my ball.
Oh, yeah, it's going to concession stand. I want a suicide with pickle juice. We don't do those, kid. I don't even know what that is.
Not anymore, huh?
I want everything in it, and don't forget the pickle juice. And I'll be back with another ball.
Count 1 and 1. You know, I remember when my oldest was he was playing football, but he was also in the band, and so we worked the band concession at the football game his freshman year, and I had never worked concession at a ball game.
Pulled way left.
Pickle juice. I'd never heard of selling pickle juice. That
It's
was
a hot commodity.
That was something absolutely brand new to me. Frozen pickle juice at that, not just pickle juice, but
a pickle sickle.
And we there was like a run on pickle juice.
Yeah, I like. Ooh, and he perfectly caught that inner corner
out.
there.
Wow, that was a fantastic pitch.
He thought he was going to catch him right there on that elbow, and last second, late break. It's a good pitch.
I didn't know if Todd was standing there thinking about, was that really a strike, or how did I let that go? One of the two.
Or I swear that thing was going to hit me.
Right. Backwards K.
I think he might have had himself an easy base and on just a late break.
Yep. 2 outs to start out this inning. See if we can get out of this inning with a goose egg on the board, 3 up, 3 down.
Coming back inside. I think Dak's starting to feel more comfortable on the inner half. Left and right-handed batters, he's coming a lot more inside.
Haston Conley up to bat.
Inside again.
Conley got out on a pitcher to first base the first time he was up. Quick, ahead in the count quickly, too.
He's done it a lot better this inning.
Yes, he has. Conley, the second base for the Cougars, and that's
the slippery Dan in for strike 3 again. He's feeling it on that pitch right now.
Yep, he tied him up again, didn't he?
Yeah.
Painted that corner. 2 backwards, caught-looking Ks for Daxton Clark. Puts him up in order, puts him down in order. 1, 2, 3 as we go to the end of 3, the first goose egg for the Wolves. We'll come back after this break. Together we build community, one season at a time.
Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
ANS, commercial roofing and contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing, built to last. ANS, roofing and contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Fred's Tire and Battery brings us back from commercial, back to play in the top of the 4th inning. Ty John up to bat. Wolves trailing 5-0. Did put up a goose egg 1, 2, 3 in that last inning. That was good to see, wasn't it, Gunner?
It was. He needed that. We needed that. Just the whole team. We needed something to start a little bit of a flow, one direction.
Wolves in the middle of our order. John DeWood and Hokett up to bat.
He's really uncomfortable in the box. Seems like he's got fastballs, but they're not the swings he wants. He just needs to relax into it.
His older brother was a good hitter, and he looks like just a shorter version of him too.
Yeah.
He'll grow into it.
A lot of times when I'd find myself on 2 swings that I didn't particularly like, it was just a hard reset, and it's just see ball, hit ball.
Right.
I'm done thinking, and it's just see ball, hit ball.
1 and 2 count. That was a nice swing. And if he can run, he's going to leg it out.
Got him on a bang bang.
Almost got him. Almost got him. Great play by the third baseman on the 5-3, but darn if he almost didn't make it. Nice placement on that ball, too. If it had been a little bit faster coming off his bat, I think it would have made it in the hole.
Well, I think he did just simplify there. You saw him shorten up his swing and just put a barrel on it.
Put the ball in play.
If the defense makes a play, you know, your hat's off to him.
But you want to force him to make a play.
Exactly. The hat's off to him. Like, this dude, he's getting up with a dirty uniform to get you out.
Right.
Well done, sir. I'll see you next round.
Corbin Wood up to bat. You know, and John to put in a position tonight as cleanup hitter, too, where he's being challenged to, which tells me that at some point in time during BP, he's hit the ball.
Yeah.
You know, if coach is putting him at cleanup, some point in time he's hit the ball during BP.
He's got a little thunder in his stick.
Yeah. So Corbin Wood heading the count 2-1. Wood playing over good right fielder tonight. See if Wood can get a ball in play. Corbin swung the bat decently this year. I don't have his statistics in front of me. I could not get them to come up tonight. I apologize for that, or I'd have statistics on our ball players. But the games that I've watched, which has been four this year, Corbin swung the bat fairly well. He's put the ball in play. As a matter of fact, a game that at home, several home games ago, he had 2 hits that night.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good swing on him. I'd like to, just with the pitch sequence, I'm not loving where he's at because he's probably going to get off speed here. And I don't think he's really looking on it, but got him.
Yep, got him. I've noticed with him too, he swings the ball. Well, I don't think he has enough patience just yet. He doesn't think he doesn't come up there with a plan.
That comes with experience. Yeah, that's one of those things that when I got to my freshman year at Shawnee, Coach Schaefer kept telling me, quit swinging so hard. Like, you don't have to hit it 400 feet. If 350 makes it over,
right,
just get the barrel on it.
Or just hit a line drive over the second baseman's head.
It was really hard for me to realize, like, I don't have to swing as hard as I can.
Right. Red Hoke up to bat, who might just be becoming a vacuum cleaner at second base, but that's a high fly out. The Wolves go up, 3 down. The first time this season they've done that. 2 goose eggs on the board for both teams as we go to the end of 4. Score remains 5-0 Cougars. And we'll go to a break. Together we build community one season at a time.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved one start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi.
I would highly recommend McElroy and Owens for a couple of reasons. One, funerals are expensive, and I can tell you from 2 different types of services, they were exceptionally reasonable in their costs, and that's important. You don't want to think about it at the time and you're hurting, but you also don't want to put your family in a financial burden. So financially, they were a great option for us.
And McElroy and Owen Funeral Services brings us back to play here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Nicked him with it.
Just in time to see Daxton Clark put the first batter on. Monet hit by pitch. Monet gets to base for the first time tonight. And we're to the bottom of the order. Number 2, Owen Payne, the right fielder. Payne popped it up in the second inning, was the first out of that inning. Nice pitch by Dax
Fastball
Clark.
by him.
Mm-hmm.
You from Louisiana? Because that was by you. I think Dax does have a little pop in that arm, don't he?
Yes, he does. Yeah, he can sizzle it in there. Timeout called by Payne. Backs out of the batter's box. Goes through his pre-entry plan.
You know, you see a lot of batters look at their bat and take a deep breath. Well, when I was in college, our psychological guy came in there, and because I'd always seen players do it in the big leagues, and I was like, why are they doing it? Like, is it just like a habit thing? But the whole point of it is to stare at a small point, focus, like, to narrow yourself down, smoke it at a small point, big breath, yeah, and you stare. And so a lot of us, we'd always have little dots that we'd actually made on our bat, that it was our specific one that Doc had told us, that is your dot. When you get up, you deep breath, and you stare at that dot.
Narrows your field of vision down?
Yeah, and I guess it was just like a focusing thing, and I don't know, I did it just because Doc told me to do it, but it's funny that 15 years later, I still see people doing it. It's must be working.
Little conference at the mound between Clark and Muirhead. Get those signs straight, but we're sitting at 0-2 on Payne. See if we can get this guy out.
Runner might be running here.
I'm thinking so too. Would that double play if he puts it in play?
No, Creed does a good job keeping it in front.
Yes, he does. Creed, I believe, has committed to Cali County.
It's a good program they got there.
Yes, it is. There's a lot of Shawnee baseball players go there.
Ooh, a good pitch. Good pitch, 1-2.
Wow. I thought that might have been the third strike. We've got an even count at 2-2. No outs. Runner at first base. Payne sits in there, swings that bat, rocks it back and forth, and he's worked this count to 3-2.
0-2 to 3-2.
You know, you get these 9-hole hitters sometimes. The coach puts them there because they can turn the order over. And he might just be one of those guys. That patience has the second, almost like a second leadoff hitter.
That's a tough play to make.
Yeah.
Moving to your left, straight horizontal movement. That throw a lot of times end up going high and arm side because everything's already moving to your left. That's a really tough play to make there.
I think we'd have had him at second base though if we could have got it.
Center fielder, number
the lead runner.
I never liked that throw right there going to second because
so
I always
short?
it felt weird. I couldn't come back with it. I would give up that play. Coach Schaefer jumped me for that many a time. Get the lead runner, but I was so much more comfortable sending it to first.
Afraid you might take the second baseman's head off with it.
I was afraid I'd send it over to the foul pole.
We go back to the top of the order. Drake Clemens up to bat. Runners at first and second. No outs. Let's get this inning back. Seems to be working away from us. And both instances we had good work occurring.
Oh,
Brings
good
it in for a
pitch.
first pitch strike. That's a good way to start it out.
13 doesn't like that he just took that pitch. I think he might have think that was a little bit of a hanger, but from here that looked like a good pitch.
Yeah, that was right in there, I think, too. Landon Rosser is on deck for the Cougars. Runners at first and second. Working from the stretch. Brings it in. Another good pitch, almost the same location.
Gets him on the back-to-back curveball.
Made him think about it the first time, and he was committed to swinging before the ball even got there on that one.
You know, there's some. I never like to triple up on pitches, but I think he'll do it. But I would be going eye high with it. Looks like Creed's standing up. We're on the same page on that. There it is.
Strikeout. Clemens goes down.
And
that's a big
fastball.
out.
Change their eye levels. Good piece of pitching, Mr. Clark.
Third baseman.
First
number
strikeout of the
12,
ball game
Landon
for
Rosas.
Daxton Clark. Catches him swinging. First out of the inning. Landon Rosser up to bat. Rosser's had a decent night. Reached base twice. Scored once.
Would this be the son of fabled Ryan Rosser? Do you know?
I-
From South Rock Creek? Okay. Okay. I've known their family for a while.
Tall lefty, isn't he?
Yeah.
Tall, lanky lefty. Moves that bat
Ooh.
back and forth and
Gets
brings
around
one
on
right.
something.
Yeah, right down that
Man, that's curling
that first
inside.
base
That's,
line.
whew. He
That-
might be getting 3.
That one went all the way to the pole. I think that was a conservative holdup by the coach. I think he could have made it, but I think he wants another run.
Yeah, that thing ended up
Yeah,
right of the foul line down to.
yeah, it was right to the
That was
corner.
Perfect placement. I couldn't have been any more tucked in that corner.
2 RBI double, stand-up double for Landon Rosser.
Catcher.
Score now
number 4,
7-0.
Elson.
Cougars.
Elson.
Alexander Monet scores from second base, and Owen Payne from first base. And again, he's had a good night tonight. That's his third hit. He reached on an error in the first inning and scored a run and got an RBI single in the Rosser did in the second inning. That's his third RBI of the night.
He's liable to get picked off second if he's not careful. We take walking leads typically from second. He's already perfectly level with the bag coming off. As a shortstop, when I'm there and I see that, I'm flashing that glove. I back pick on first chance I get. Ooh, shortstop was thinking about it too there.
Quick 2-0 count. Up to bat is number 4, Braden Elson, the catcher. Elson scored a run tonight. Reached on a base on balls in the second inning, made it all the way over to second base, where the inning was ended on a K by Daxton Clark. I pop up. I think that one nope, it's going to make it over the fence. Thought it might hang around, but it was curving just pretty consistently. Count now 2-1 to Elson. On deck is Jace Plumley for the Cougars. We got a runner at second. Bases clearing double by Landon Rosser for his second and third RBI of the evening.
Ooh. Oh.
Inside. Elson barely avoided getting first on that one.
Yeah.
He was.
There's a lot of pitches I'll take, but I won't wear it below the knee. Absolutely not. I'm out the way. I'm not going to catch one on the ankle bone. You're crazy.
or on that shin bone.
Yeah.
That's 3-1 count. Brings it to him.
Oh, fouls it right off his leg.
Yeah, that was a stinger. Full count, 1 out. Runner at second base. Plum on deck. See what Clark can bring here. One of those moving fast balls.
Choking up, he's shortening up a little bit. Yeah, I like the changeup. I love the changeup.
Changeup would work well here. He got him swinging on that one.
Caught him on the inner half with something.
Mm-hmm. That one tailed off it was coming in as I watched it right over the inside of the plate and tailed off just at the last minute to off the plate and caught him on his hands. That was a great pitch.
Get that down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a swinging
I
strike.
bet the changeup comes here. Nope.
Ooh.
Straight down the middle. Too low, though. Walks him, loses him, unfortunately. Runners at first and second base on the free pass. Brings up Jace Plumley with 2 runners on. Courtesy runner in.
Runner number 24, Jackson Murray.
Jackson Murray, number 24, coming in as the courtesy runner.
Designated hitter number 35.
Jace Plum back up to bat. Plum has a strikeout tonight. He reached base on an error in the first inning and scored a run.
I wonder if all Plumley here has any relationship to the Mason twins.
He's Plum. It's Jace
just Plum?
I may have said Plumley on that, but
Oh.
no, just Plum. Nope.
I was going to say it would fit because those kids could ball.
Yes, they could. The three. Which ones are you talking about?
Mason and I think Jordan, but they play in the NBA now.
Oh, do
they
they?
both play basketball at
Yeah.
Duke.
Yeah. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Mason Plumlee's a great three-point shooter, isn't he?
Yeah, he does it all. He's a big man that he lets them fly from deep. He kind of just he's a not as good version of Luka Doncic.
Poor man's Luka Doncic.
Yeah. 1-1 count.
Yep.
We're looking on a big swing here.
He-
Oh! And he took the pitch you wanted.
1 and 2.
Goodness, you got away with one there, Dex.
This happened to him last time. He came at him and was able to get him
I
on the
think-
strikeout.
I think a lot of times as a 4-hole, somebody just coming at me with fastballs would almost catch me off guard because ain't nobody throwing me fastballs. I think he might have just tied him up there thinking 1-1, he's going to be throwing something else. He can't just, here's the fastball, see what you got.
I had a feeling, though, that Gunner, people had a scouting book on you, though, when they were pitching.
Yeah, I do wonder what it said.
Hit him.
Yeah, hit him, he's a jerk.
Make him take first the hard way. Don't pitch around him.
No, I was a free swinger. I get up, I was swinging out my shoes. I did. I wanted to hit it over the lights every time I swung.
2 and 2 count.
2-2. He's got him on that fastball a couple times. He might just say,
Yeah.
Here it is again. Let's make it a third. Let's get out of here.
Trailing in.
And he did. Oh, Monty, that's a good pitch on a
Yeah.
2-2 count. That is a good pitch right
You
there.
know, unfortunately, they've just, especially as tall as this kid is, they've just been missing a little bit low. Just a little bit low.
It happens, but I'm not going to make the mistake of missing high and over the plate.
no, we don't-
giving him the chance to hit one over the lights.
You got,
No,
an extra,
sir.
you got an extra pitch there. 3-2.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to throw a fat one there. Not at all.
Little blooper
Yeah,
in the
that one-
left.
that one's gonna
Little
fall.
CNI single.
Yep.
That hurts.
RBI single for Plum.
Oh, that's an out at third. Here he is. Gets it. Dax takes care of himself. Don't worry about it. I'll get him at third, he said. Heads up play by Dax.
Elson out at third on the throw in.
Shortstop, number 18.
Rosser with the run.
Bertram.
And Plum with the RBI single moves down to second base on the throw in. Again, Elson out on the throw in back into to third base. Back to Reed Bolin, make the out. Unfortunately, the run scored, but we did get an out on that, 2 outs. So we're sitting at a 3-run inning right now, unfortunately.
Monty, what do you think about the pitching clock in the major leagues? You think that'll ever be implemented in a jam job singer? Oh, gets under his glove.
Oh, you got to get back to it. Don't think
He's
about
going
it.
to home.
Don't think about it. He's going to get him.
Gets
Good.
him.
Out at home on
You're
the run
right.
in.
He could have let that get to him, and that would have been an easy run. Gathered himself and got there out at home.
Nice play by Noah Clark to come back from that on the 6-2. Makes the out at home plate. Shortens the inning for the North Rock Creek Cougars. But on, I believe, it was 2 hits. 1 hit, excuse me. 1 hit, they get 3 runs. 3 runs on 1 hit. And as we go to the end of 4. Score now 9-0 North Rock Creek Cougars. Thank you for joining ShawneeCTV for Shawnee Baseball. Together we build community, one season at a time. See you on the backside.
And secondly, they are people that I trust. They showed us that they cared about us and they were here to help us all the way through.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
ANS, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing built to last. ANS, Roofing and Contracting.
It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic.
And welcome back to North Rock Creek Facilities baseball field for tonight's game between the North Rock Creek Cougars, the home team, hosting the Shawnee Wolves. Noah Cluck up to bat. Nice play to home in the last inning to get the third out.
A long time to get that pitched in there.
Yes, it was. Scores 8-0, North Rock Creek. Colin Brown back on the mound. We're at the bottom of the order. The Wolves are. Cluck, Byers, and Citizen up to bat. 1-2 count to Cluck. That was a really nice play. A recovery on that boot.
Yeah, there's plenty of times I get down on myself, feel like just kicking the ball afterwards.
Right.
He stayed on top of it. Got him at home.
He was able to come home. Nice clean play. Good throw to home, too. Right in the right spot. 1-2 count.
Ooh, got him on the curveball.
Got him looking on the curveball, didn't he? And Emerson Byers up to the plate. I'd like to see Emerson take some swings here.
As a freshman when you're down 8-0,
Sophomore.
he's a sophomore.
I did find out he is a sophomore. Yep.
Yeah, this is your comfortable swings. You don't have anything to lose. Grip it and rip it.
He's a big, tall kid, too. He's 5'11". Plays really good out in second, outfield when he's several spots. Plays left field and right field. Like I said tonight, he pitched well. He was our player of the game in the first game for the pitching he did. Quick 0-2 count to him, though.
And gets him on a quick one there.
All three to the same spot, too, weren't they? That's one of those where you see him swinging free. He just
keep going on that same spot.
Outside.
If he ain't hitting it, I'm going to keep throwing to it until he does.
Right. Back-to-back strikeouts for Colin Brown. Keno Citizen up to the plate. Keno reached on an error to lead off the third inning. Made it to second base on the throw-in.
Even with 2 outs, they're playing him in, so he must have a lot of speed.
Oh, yeah.
They're respecting that speed on the corners here.
Yes, they are. Yep. Keno is a fast young man. 2-0 count to him. Night has fallen in beautiful Pottawatomie County, north of Shawnee. And the flag is setting completely limp.
Yeah, he's just resting on the pole. He had a hard day in the wind. He wore out.
Yes, he did.
Hard hit ball. Good read. Ooh. He almost made a play out of it.
He almost made a play out of it. That was another bang play. Nice play on the 6-3 shortstop to first base by the Cougars. Another goose egg for the Wolves as we go to the middle of 5. We'll go to commercial. Thank you for joining ShawneeCTV. Together we build community one season at a time.
Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to.
Okay. And this game has gone final. Went ahead and called it 8 after 5 on the run rule by the Cougars. Nice game by the Cougars tonight. Every time Shawnee got a runner on base,
it was left on base.
even with a leadoff runner. Good showing tonight at the plate by the Cougars as well to put up 8 runs. I thought it was a good night by Daxton Clark pitching. He showed some good stuff. He was able to pitch all 4 innings, and that's coming off a high pitch count on Monday. Where his arm's been used this week.
Yeah,
and he was able to work
I
it out.
wasn't particularly fond of doing 2 games in a week on the mound either, especially when I'm going from mound to shortstop to mound.
Right.
It's a lot on you, and I think it did kind of show. He struggled with his command a little early in counts, but he continued to get back in it, and he continued to get outs.
He got better as the game went along.
Yeah, he continued to get outs, and there was several errors that. But altogether, yeah, he did a really good job of finding his mojo, if you will.
And looking at the scorecard, in my mind, there were only 2 earned runs out of those 8.
That was what happened last time. We did these, remember? It was
same thing.
We just got to solidify that defense. Repetition, repetition, repetition.
Well, folks, thank you for joining us tonight for baseball. Anything else you want to offer up tonight? Oh, we do need to pick out a player of the ball game.
Player of the ball game? I don't have that scorecard in front of me. Let's take a peek.
Well, we've got a single by Creed Muirhead.
And the dot down to second. That hasn't gone unforgotten on me, young man, because that was where it needed to be.
Yeah, he was our one guy who really performed at the plate tonight. A double in the first game.
Oh, and the 0-2, give me that kill count, blocked it, threw him out at third. Yes, that was beautiful.
I think Creed with his play at catcher tonight, just his bat, he's had the only bat of the night. So Creed Muirhead.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
I concur.
Emerson Byers in the first game with the 2 innings he had pitched, and Creed Muirhead with some of his plays tonight in the second game from catcher. Well, anything you want to offer before we go off?
No, sir. I think that's it. It's a beautiful night at the ballpark. I've never been here, and I can't say that I've ever seen a more perfect view with the sun setting just outside of where it's a bother to anybody. They've done really good. They're out there doing their own field work. I love that.
Don't you love that?
I do.
And windows that open.
It's all right. I can hear the sound of the bat. I got nothing to complain about.
Well, Shawnee, thank you for joining us tonight for our doubleheader. We'll be back for games. I do not have my schedule in front of me, but look for us on ShawneeCTV. Hold on one second. Braden is getting a schedule. I cannot remember if we're back next Friday night. And for Shawnee Baseball, we are back next Friday for a 12 o'clock game versus Hara. 12 o'clock game, but it's a home and home with Hara next Thursday and Friday, and we will be broadcasting the Friday game with Hara. That game starts at 12 noon. We hope to see you there. It is spring break for your Wolves. They'll have most of this week off from playing and be back to playing last part of next week. Shawnee, enjoy this evening. Enjoy this perfect March weather, and we're glad you joined us tonight. Thanks for coming in. Again, for Gunner Wright, for Braden, what's your last name? I always forget. Hibbler. And for Braden Hibbler, our excellent producer, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Remember, ShawneeCTV, together we build community one season at a time. Thank you for joining us.